So hello and welcome all of my Star Pupils. I am posting this video right now. I apologize in advance because I wanted to get the Libra birthday video out because it is Libra season and it was the first day of autumn on the 22nd, and I wanted to do this for all you guys before I actually move forward into the Halloween segments for October. But I actually currently right now, you guys, have a little bit of sinus issues, like the weather's changing, so I'm like a little bit under the weather. So I wasn't able to do the video any earlier, but at least I'm doing it now. I am a little bit nasally, but I'm still gonna try and talk to you guys, go through everything, and start the video. So for all of my Libra people out there, it is currently Libra season, which is great. The autumn equinox just happened for everybody, so this is a really great time for balancing things out, for not necessarily renewals, but also it's good to kind of come within and look within. So for all of the signs of Libra, so what is Libra? Well, basically Libra, depicted in astrology and in the zodiac, is a balanced scale, which I told you guys in my first video on Astrology 101 that this is the only thing that you will see in the zodiac that is not an actual human depiction of something or an animal depiction. This is strictly, Libra is strictly an object. So what's interesting about this is that Libra is constantly balancing. So you have the scales, you have Libra as being depicted oftentimes as judgment too. So just think of it that way. If you have a birthday from September 22nd to October 22nd, then you would be considered a Libra zodiac sign. Libra rules the planet of Venus. I'm gonna put a little picture up here for you guys so you can see what that actually looks like. Again, Libra rules the planet of Venus, which is about love, partnership, relationships. What's also interesting about this is that with the wheel, the house wheel, that Libra actually rules the 7th house, which in astrology is basically about relationships, marriage, partnerships, things of that nature. It can be love related, or it can also be business related. It can be friendships, things of that nature. So very relationship orientated. And again, with the balance of good and the like good and light, or, you know, evil and dark, like that type of thing. So there's always a balance going on. They are a cardinal sign. So I don't know if I touched upon this in my Leo and Virgo video, but the cardinal sign is the, I also call it like the leader of the group, in other words. So Libra is a cardinal air sign. So they are in the group with the air signs, but they are a cardinal sign. So meaning that they have first pick, in other words, meaning that they're kind of the leader of that specific group, because they're not fixed and they're not mutable. The other thing I did want to mention too about Libras, a little bit of characteristics about Libras. They are very balance orientated. They are very much about equality. They are also too about give and take, listening, trying to balance out their lives, trying to give back to other people. They're very much, they keep things to themselves a lot, which a lot of times when there is a Libra who is unbalanced, they're oftentimes too quiet or too reserved, or they keep things too much to themselves. If they're well balanced, they know when to speak and when to say things about their feelings and when not to say things about their feelings. So it works out pretty much either way. The kind of upside about Libras too is that they are very diplomatic people. A lot of times Libras will be like teachers, they'll be like diplomats, they'll be business owners, they'll be people who, you know, work in a very good environment with different people. They're always giving and taking kind of a thing. So they know when to give and they know when to take. They often are leaders of groups at times, you know, very, very conscientious of their looks, their appearance, again, with the planet ruling of Venus. They're very conscientious of how they look to the outside world. So getting into a little bit about the Libra essential oils, what should Libra zodiac signs, what kind of essential oils should they have? So the big ones for Libras are definitely neroli and lavender. So neroli is a very much stronger scent. It's a more sensual scent. It actually helps Libras to become outside of their shells. A lot of times Libras can stay kind of within themselves or be very closed off in a lot of ways to the sensual pleasures of life. They can feel like they, you know, they have to have that constant balance that they're not willing to let themselves go. Neroli is also highly a spiritual oil, so a lot of times it will help Libras to get in touch with their spiritual side, or you know, with the crown chakra, with what they need to kind of release in the world. Lavender is another essential oil for Libras. Again, this is great. I feel like lavender is one of those oils that's really good for any kind of sign. It doesn't really matter which one it is, because lavender is just that good essential oil for calming and for releasing or letting go of things, or just to relax. A lot of times Libras can also have a lot of pent up energy, so that sometimes happens too. Similar to Aries people, but very different in the sense, because their pent up energy comes from a lot of emotional things that they choose not to talk about. We also have ylang ylang, which is kind of going along with the lavender. It's for peace, it's for calming, it's for balancing out. Bergamot is also too for decisiveness, because a lot of times Libras are so busy trying to balance everything or trying to please others that they lose sight of where do they want to go, what do they want to do, what do they feel is best for the group, or what do they feel is best for themselves. They're very much people pleasers, kind of like how Leo is a people pleaser, but Leos are more dramatic. They're more doing that because they want you to look at them and only them. Whereas Libras really try to people please because they feel that it's their diplomatic approach to do that. They don't want to cause harm to others. Also too, there's a lot of good crystals for Libras. So if you are a Libra, I would strongly suggest that you start with these two type of crystals. There is aventurine, which is a great crystal for doing anything having to do with self-care, protection of healing. A lot of times Libras do need to heal from things that are going on in their lives, from the constant chaos. Libras do not do good with constant chaos. It's not healthy for them. Aventurine is really, really good for the spirit. It's good to, how do I say this, jolt you out of your position or get you out of your comfort zone. Tourmaline's also very good for protection. It's a good, solid gemstone or good crystal to use if you're trying to ground yourself. A lot of times Libras do need a lot of grounding, because unfortunately people who know Libras know that they can be pulled in 5 different directions at one time, and sometimes it's always not good for Libras to be pulled in those different directions, because it becomes too much for their energy. Their scales go all over the place, and it's not a good thing. So tourmaline kind of helps with grounding, helps with communication. It helps to kind of give you that inner peace where it's like, okay, even though I'm being pulled in 5 different directions, I know how to go about handling that. If you're looking for more upscale crystals or gemstones, then you obviously have opal. Libras are very much about beauty. They're very much about aesthetics, art, music, literature, things that are pleasing to the soul. They're not people who are very much into the nitty-gritty of the world. They're into the beauty of things. They're into the simplicity of things. They're into good food and drinking, similar to Taurus, but different. They like to socialize a lot as well, or talk with people, or have those deeper connections. So opal is one of those stones that's very, very beautiful to look at. It has a lot of color. It has a lot of class in it. You know, aquamarine's also great for Libras because it gives them that type of peace and serenity that they're looking for. So again, if you're looking for the more high-end stuff, you can go that route, or if you're looking for the other kinds, you know, aventurine and tourmaline would be a great place to start for any Libra star pupils. The other thing I was going to mention too is that because we are in Libra season is a great time, especially in the autumn. You know, we have October, we have, you know, All Hallows Eve coming up on the 31st. There's a lot of things, but that kind of goes into Scorpio season. But right now for Libra season, it's great to work on manifesting. Libra should really, really try to definitely manifest as much as possible right now, because it's just a great time. Fall is a great time to come inward a little bit. You know, spring and summer, you're trying to manifest. In spring, you know, the end of winter, you're trying to go through things, you're trying to figure stuff out. And it's just good right now to definitely get that manifesting down for the winter. You know, try to do things if you have any end of year goals. Libras are great at goal setting. So if you guys are, you know, thinking, if you're a star pupil out there and you're like, I want to set goals, but I don't know who to go to or how to implement that, go to a Libra person. They are great at, you know, bringing peace to people, but they're also great goal setters. So if you Libras are out there thinking, I want to manifest something, what do I manifest? How do I go about doing that? You know, do I, you know, start using my craft in order to manifest things? What do I do? So definitely get yourself some manifestation books, law of attraction books. You know, Libras are highly good at that, you know, especially with manifesting or doing those type of things, but they're also very diplomatic too. So, you know, you can have discussion groups, you can have basically talking with people. Libras are very good communicators. I mean, of course, they are an air sign, and most of the air signs are good communicators. They just communicate in different ways. So if you wanted to start like a club, or if you wanted to kind of get together with other people, you know, you definitely should do that. I mean, also too, autumn with Libra season is a great time to do a lot of magic work, or to do a lot of holistic practicing or things like that if you are a practitioner. So that's something to think about too. Just to kind of mention that, because we are kind of going into the autumn months, and, you know, that's a great time to kind of just slow down, you know, get into the seasons, go outside. Again, Libras like to be outside in the beauty of nature, you know, go out there, kind of disconnect yourself from a lot of things that are going on. So today what I'm going to do for all the Libra birthdays out there is that I'm going to do the regular Rider-Waite tarot deck. You know, Libras are very simplistic at times, so I didn't want to do anything that was overly fancy. But I'm going to try to do something a little bit different. I'm going to try and pull some astrological oracle cards to kind of see if there is maybe a person that, again, this is a generalized reading. So if there is a person out there that you're thinking about, or if there is a sign that you're trying to interact with at this time, what would that kind of do? And then I'm still going to do the chakra love crystal vibrations like I did for the Leo and Virgo video. So I've been shuffling the whole entire time. I just have that sense though too that Libras, and I have to say this, they are very, much like Taurus is very money conscious. Libras are too, because they like to have nice things in their lives. They like to have peace and calm. So maybe a few of you are thinking of manifesting more money into your life. Maybe you're thinking of manifesting abundance, or, you know, happiness within your family or your home. So that could be kind of going on too. So I'm just going to ask Spirit, what does Spirit want us to know about the Libra energy right now? What does Spirit want the Libras to know for their birthdays? And I'll pull a few cards. If you guys are noticing too, I'm actually in my new room that I'm going to be doing a lot of my videos in. And I'm really, really excited for October, you guys. I have some great ideas of what we're going to be doing for the weeks of October leading up to Halloween. I might actually just, you know, post a video too of me actually going outside and showing a little bit of my gardens and the backyard. You know, it's just such a beautiful time of year right now, especially with the fall. So definitely be on the lookout for those videos. And then, you know, in November, we'll resume the 101s. But I'm just so excited for this October, you know. So definitely make sure to check out the videos, like or subscribe. So those will be coming in the near future. So hopefully I can get those up and going too. But I'll be doing some video filming in here too. And hopefully next year, you guys, I'll have a camera. That'll be really, really nice too. So, all right. So I got some cards that are actually just popping out here, which I think is interesting to say the least. So we're just going to split it and we're just going to see like what is going on. I just have that feeling that like Libras, when I do these card readings, especially for the Libras, there's just so much peace. Like there's just like, Libras are such tranquil people and you can just kind of feel, you know, they have that kind of inner peace, but they're learning a lot. Oh. Yeah, see this, I knew there's a lot of things going on here. Wow. See? So you have right here with the cups, you guys are focused on the happy family, the happy home life, like all of that. You guys are really wanting that. So what's interesting is that I talked about the scales before. So I pulled out the first card out of the deck is obviously the Justice card, which this is the Libra card. It just is. I mean, it has, you know, the scales, justice, the balancing of good and evil, the balancing of right and wrong, things of that nature. So this Libra season, you guys are full into the Libra season. You guys are thinking about the good and the bad. You're thinking and weighing up your options. You may be deciding to switch to a different career, to switch to a different partnership, to go out there and to kind of balance. You are really craving that inner balance right now. Like you're coming into your own, you're coming in with yourself and you're like, I just need the balance. I just need to feel like I am in control of balancing my life. So again, this with the Justice card doesn't really need, you know, very much else to be said there. You guys are really struggling with how do I say this? The choices that you're making. So a lot of you feel, you know, by this, by the Seven of Cups, that you're making these choices. But the thing is that you have to understand a lot of these choices are coming from two places. They're coming from spirit, but they're also coming from what you think that given outcome is going to be. So in reality, you can't have anything that is solidified. You can see here that there's all these different choices, but there's nothing. This is like a ring of smoke. You know, a mirage. You're thinking of all of these choices that are coming from spirit, but in reality, you have the choice within to look past the delusions. There's a lot of choices that you're being presented with that are just delusional to you, and you're not feeling that things are very well balanced. You can't find an exact balance because there's so much delusionment in these choices that you're trying to make. So this is why I said it might be a good thing, because you have the Justice card and that Seven of Cups, to kind of go inward, to manifest inward, to kind of ask yourself, well, what am I going to be doing? What is the best choices for me? Because again, there's a lot of things that might be presented to you, but again, they're figments in your mind. Like you're creating all of this in your mind. You're not really knowing the specific choices. So that's something to think about too, that you need to have more concrete choices in order to balance yourself out. The interesting thing is that you are very much focused on work. You're very much focused on your responsibilities. You're focused on manifesting and creating things. This can be with your home. This can be with money. This can be with a career. This really isn't talking a lot about relationships. It's talking about the fact that you are reaping what you are sowing. You are working very hard. You are pushing past things that you thought previously you could never push past. And again, with the Seven of Pentacles, you have a lot of, you know, sevens working here. So sevens might be that number You know, you have the Seven of Cups, you have the Seven of Pentacles. You know, you might have to kind of be looking at that number 7, that destiny number. What does that mean? If you're seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities of 7 going around, then that kind of shows you're really focused and really reaping what you're sowing. Like what you probably put out months ago is now starting to manifest. And you're looking at your hard work and you're understanding that this is what you want to do for your life. So a lot of times what I'm going to say is don't get bogged down by the imaginary choices of what you think you could have. You know, definitely keep that balance. Definitely keep working towards a common goal that you feel is best for you. Because again, times are a little bit difficult right now. Things are not as clear to everyone. And with Libras, it's all about being clear. It's all about being balanced out. And for you, you feel like you can't get to that point. I feel like a lot of my Libras are like, I can't discern what the truth is and what it isn't. But understand that Spirit always has a way of coming towards the truth. Again, you know, you have a lot of things going on here. You know, the Ten of Wands. You're carrying a lot of burdens. You're carrying a lot of things right now. You know, there has been a lot of changes in your life. There's been a lot of changes that are going on right now. So you're working, you're carrying those burdens, but understand too that it's best to ask for help sometimes when you do need to ask for help. Libras don't want to burden. It's interesting. They balance themselves so well, but they don't want to burden other people and ask them for help because they want to be self-sufficient. You know, you are doing some battling. You are doing, and you know, especially with the Wands, that's more fire energy, that's more creative energy. You're trying to battle against the physical. It's more of the physical realm. And again, maybe that has to do a lot with the Seven of Cups, with your choices. You're battling against people to make different decisions in your life, but you can't really discern what those decisions are at this point, and you feel like a lot of people are coming at you instead of working with you. You feel like you're carrying the burdens all alone by yourself. There's definitely a lot of changes, things of that nature. So again, it's best to talk to people. It's best to manifest. It's best to not balance or not to go it alone if you feel that you do need that kind of help, because again, you are working hard. You are manifesting. Things are growing, even though it doesn't seem like it is, Libra, they are definitely growing. So that's a good sign, you know, and I'm sure that that will continue till the end of the year for you. But again, reach out for the help. Again, you know, you have with the Swords, you are leaving the pain behind. You're leaving things behind that no longer serve you, but you are keeping all of the lessons, the mental lessons, the ability to think for yourself, the ability to move on from things that are not serving you, the ability to move on to your dreams and to your wishes, to manifest things in the future, because you don't like the way the world is, Libra. You're not happy with the way that things are, and you want to get out there. You want to change things. You want to help other people. You want to manifest. So again, you're moving away from things in your life, but at the same time, you are still remembering, you are still taking those lessons, you are still carrying things too. So again, you do have a lot of Swords, Wands, that type of energy. So you're carrying these burdens, but it's time for you to let the burdens go. It's time for you to understand that you are doing what you can. You are manifesting the best that you can. And sometimes that's all you can do. You know, that's all you can do if you have a business, if you have kids, if you have a husband, wife, partner. That's all you can do, is do the best that you can do every day. And hopefully that'll come to fruition for you. But don't get bogged down by the things you can't see, by the choices that you create in your head. Spirit will bring you choices. Spirit will bring you what you need when you need it. So keep in mind with that too, Libras, that are out there. I'm going to pull a few cards to kind of see, maybe it's just planets, the placement in the planets that you're looking at, or maybe there's a specific person in this reading, specific signs you need to go with, look at. So in these astrological oracle cards, and I'll actually show you guys too, these are great too. If you're looking to do more of an astrological approach, after tarot card reading. I like to kind of build upon tarot. A lot of times I will do tarot card readings and then just do that simply alone by itself. Other times I like to use, I call them, people call them oracle cards, I call them builder cards. So let me see what's going on here. And I'm just gonna, these are very simple. There's hardly even enough in here. So let me pull that. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is very interesting. Okay, so I pulled astrological signs that could have to do within this reading. If you're looking for someone specific. What's interesting to me is that I did pull the Libra card. So I did pull, again, that 7th house energy, that relationships, that partnerships, those marriage. This obviously refers to all my Libras out there. This is yourself with the balance. You guys are really trying to balance things. You're trying to make sense out of nothing. You're trying to come to some sort of conclusion. So that has a lot, again, with Libra energy, that's just what we're talking about. So if you're thinking about a specific person, it would probably most likely either be a Sagittarius or it would be a Taurus. What's interesting about this is that Libras are mostly compatible. You know, air signs are mostly compatible with fire signs. So that's also another thing too. If you have a Sagittarius person in your life, this might be the person who you are having the troubles with, be it in a career partnership, be it in a marriage, be it in, you know, you're trying to date someone who has this astrological sign. So that's something to look at too. If you are having a Sagittarius in your life that you need to kind of figure out what is going on or trying to balance stuff out. I can sense that from the Sagittarius fire energy, this is really the aggressor. This is someone who's coming to you full force, who's being very, very aggressive towards you, who feels like they're not getting something from you. So again, I would definitely reach out if you do have someone in your life. Again, if you don't, this is a generalized reading. It's not going to match for probably everyone. So that's something to think about. I can sense also too that maybe some of you have some inward aggression. So it's coming out like you're trying to be very active. You're trying to be hunter-esque, or like you're hunting for something, which again, that's with the Sagittarius mode. So you can be feeling that part in your personality. You know, Sagittarians are the hunters. They like to go out there. They like to be active, things of that nature. There's also the Taurus energy, which I'm getting this strongly from Libras. I think that there's a lot of you right now who are into the beauty. You're into the self-care. You're into, you know, the sensualities of it all. You're kind of like letting stuff go. This is your birthday month. You don't really care what's going on. You want to feel that love and that passion and that sensuality. You're concerned with money. I mean, again, we had the Pentacles card here, the 7 of Pentacles with that Taurus energy. You might be trying to work towards more money, a business venture, more of manifesting. So if you have a Taurus in your life who you need to speak with in regards to business or manifesting, definitely go to that person or get involved with the Taurus energy. Taurus energy is great too, especially in times when like you just want to have a home and the hearth and the comfort and everything having to do with that. Like Taurus energy is great for that right now. Again, with fall, you know, redecorate your homes, do something different that you would normally do, you know, cook a nice dinner or spend more time with your family, or kind of get back to the basics instead of trying to, you know, rush to a business venture or rush to the next thing or anything like that. So those are the astrological oracle cards. I will try and link these down below. I don't know if they're sold anymore, but I can see if they are. So to conclude the reading for all the Libras out there, and again, I'm hoping, again, if you have a birthday from September 22nd to October 22nd, I'm wishing you a very happy birthday, Libras. You know, making sure that you do take care of yourselves. You know, get more down to roots. I'd like to say work with the root chakra. I mean, that's great for balancing too. Maybe some of you are a bit unbalanced in the root chakras with that Taurus energy. That's good to do that. And, you know, in the aggressive Sagittarian energy, you know, if you are having a Sagittarius in your life who is being particularly aggressive, Go at it in a diplomatic approach. Go at it in a way where you can actually communicate and talk with the person, because a lot of times, like Cancerian people, Libras aren't oversensitive, but a lot of times they clam up or they won't say anything if they can't really speak directly or speak to what they know. They don't want to seem like they're foolish a lot of times either. So again, just be, you know, good with yourself. All right. So I'm going to get, because I'm kind of feeling like there's not a lot of brightness going on right now for Libras. There's not a lot of, you know, it's the cooler colors. It's the lighter colors, not a lot of the fire colors like what we had for Libra or things like that. So I'm going to pull a few here that I'm kind of feeling for the little messages for you guys. I'm hoping to also to get more card decks, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so Libras, interestingly enough, we do have the third eye chakra or the fluorite. So you might need to focus on some third eye chakra work in the future. So this has to do with destiny. So it's saying follow your instincts, they lead you to the truth. Again, with that 7, with the disillusionment and everything that's going on, you know, again, destiny. Understand that spirit will find a way for you. Following your internal truths might be better for you at this time instead of just going with what you think might be the right thing to do. This is great. So crown chakra, meditation. What did I say about manifesting Libras? You know, meditation. That's a way to start. Get some time by yourself, you know, go to meditate. This says to see more clearly, close your eyes, breathe in, meditate. This is really helpful for Libras out there. Calmness. So this must be the theme with all the Libra people, because you're wanting that calm, that peace. I'm just sensing it from everybody. It says to calm your monkey mind, do not feed the animal. So again, don't feed into the choices that you think. Don't feed into what you're thinking all the time. If you're overthinking, you know, address the issue. Libras are very diplomatic. They're very, very talkative, you know, like address the issue if you feel that an issue needs to be addressed. So those are the messages. Again, I'm wishing all the Libras out there, all my star pupils who are Libras, you know, happy birthday. And again, you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to be getting up more videos here. When October comes around, we're going to be doing some more fun things on the weekend. So take a look out for that, and I will see you all soon. Bye.